Hello everybody, it's back again with another video. Oh boy, Novak Djokovic, the Terminator, Novak Djokovic, the Predator, Novak Djokovic, the Beast, Novak Djokovic, the greatest tennis player of all time. This should never be discussed anymore, at least as long as he has more majors than everybody male player. This is not even a debate anymore. This is not even a question anymore. This is not even debatable anymore. Novak Djokovic is the undisputed greatest tennis player of all time. In my book, he was even the greatest tennis player of all time, even when he was at 22 majors, as much as Rafael Nadal, of the reasons of the other records that he has. Now Novak Djokovic has all the records. He has all the records. He has won most 2000 title, 38. He has the most world number one in weeks. He has ended as the world number one in the season 7 times. He has won all the Masters twice, at least twice. He's the only player who has ever done it, winning all the Masters twice, at least twice. And now he has won all the majors, not once all the majors, not twice all the majors. He has freaking won all the biggest tennis tournaments, which are four of them that we are the biggest tennis tournaments we have in tennis: Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, US Open. If somebody of you doesn't know, he has won all these 4 at least 3 times or more. At least 3 times or more, my tennis friends all around the world. Of course, he's the first and only male player to ever do this unbelievable achievement. Nobody, all the male tennis players, has ever done this unbelievable achievement. Novak Djokovic does it as 36 years old. He wins all the biggest tournaments, 4 of them that we have, at least 3 times or more. Australian Open, he has won it 10 times. French Open, now he has won it 3 times. Wimbledon, he has won it 7 times. US Open, he has won it 3 times. That is 23 Grand Slam titles. Oh my dear God, who could believe this a couple of years ago? When Djokovic was chasing Federer, when Djokovic was chasing Nadal, he has chased his 2 big rivals in all his career. He has chased them in his entire career, and he has never surpassed them. He has surpassed Federer, but he has never surpassed both of them. He has been as best equal to them, like he was at 20 majors in 2021. When they all were at 20 majors each. Federer had 20 majors in 2021. Rafa Nadal had 20 majors at 2021. Novak Djokovic had 20 majors at 2021. And we all remember when Djokovic had his biggest match of his career, his biggest match of his life. When he was going for that calendar Grand Slam at US Open 2 years ago, and when he lost against Daniel Medvedev in straight sets. That was his biggest match of his career by far. And he had the chance to win all the 4 majors at the same calendar year and to win his 21st Grand Slam title. He failed. What has happened? Rafa Nadal, a couple months later at 2022 Australian Open, Rafa Nadal becomes the first male tennis player to win 21 majors. Then Rafa Nadal becomes the first male tennis player to win 22 majors at French Open 12 months ago. And he took the lead 2 Grand Slam titles ahead of Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer. Roger Federer, he retired last year, like we all know. But Djokovic, he was 2 Grand Slams behind Rafa Nadal. Because we all know what happened at the Australian Open last year. Djokovic was not allowed to play. And then in French Open last year, Nadal knocked out Djokovic in that quarterfinal in 4 sets. What does Djokovic do? What does Djokovic do? This consistency machine, this consistency predator, this consistency beast, this consistency terminator. He wins 3 majors and goes ahead of Rafa Nadal. He won Wimbledon last year and made it to 21 Grand Slam titles. He won Australian Open earlier this year and made it to 22 Grand Slam titles and equaled Rafa Nadal. And what does Djokovic do? What does Djokovic do, baby? Yeah, he surpasses Rafa Nadal on his own castle, on his own house, on his own living garden, my tennis friends all around the world. On his own living room, call it what you want. He does it at French Open and wins his 23 Grand Slam title in his least favorable surface, clay. It didn't matter that Djokovic was coming into this French Open with poor clay court season. He doesn't care about the other non-Grand Slam tournaments now in his later stages of his career like he cares about the Grand Slams. He puts all his effort, all his consistency, all his focus, all his dedication on the Grand Slams. Doesn't matter that Medvedev has won most titles this year. He has won 5. Doesn't matter. Djokovic has won the biggest one. He has won only 3 titles this year, Novak Djokovic, but 2 of them are Grand Slams. 2 of them are Grand Slams. My tennis friends all around the world. Australian Open, which Novak Djokovic won earlier this year, and now he comes with a bang and wins French Open as well. Where he was not, in many tennis analysts around the world, #1 favorite to win this title. He was not, my tennis friends all around the world. But Djokovic proved many wrong. Of course, he was one of the top 3 favorites. He was my #3 candidate before this French Open started. So I'm not surprised that Djokovic won. I had him winning the root final in straight sets, which he did. But he was not #1 favorite coming into this French Open. He has proved all us wrong. He has proved all us wrong. He wanted to send the message. He wanted to give the statement. He wanted to write history. And he bloody well did that, my tennis fans all around the world. How can you not be impressed from this beast? How can you not be impressed from this Terminator? How can you not be impressed from this machine? How can you not be impressed from this Predator? How can you not be impressed from this most complete tennis player of all time? If some of you didn't agree with me, because I've called Novak Djokovic the most complete tennis player of all time many times throughout the years that I've done YouTube, and if some of you didn't agree with my statement, I bloody hope that you are agreeing now. I bloody hope that you agree now. I don't want any discussion about this. Djokovic is the most complete tennis player of all time. Djokovic is the most all-round tennis player of all time. He can play tennis in all surfaces. Hard court, indoors, grass, clay, you bloody well name it. You bloody name it. Even though clay is his least favorable surface, he still is successful on clay as well. Or what do you say? 3 French Open titles. Who in hell believed that a couple of years ago? For sure not me. I was not surprised when Djokovic won his first Grand Slam title back in 2016. I was not. I was a little surprised when he won 2 years ago. I will be honest with you, my tennis fans all around the world. I was a little surprised because when you have Rafa Nadal on the draw, let's be honest now, let's face it, Nadal, the clay GOAT, the greatest tennis player of all time on clay. So I was a little surprised. And coming into this year's French Open 2023, even though Nadal was not playing, we still had Alcaraz. Alcaraz is a new superstar of tennis from Spain who hits the ball so huge, so big. But Djokovic, he took him apart in the semi-final. He took him apart. He won in 4 sets. The first 2 sets was equal. I said wrong actually in one of my videos a couple of days ago. I said that Alcaraz won 6 more points than Djokovic the first 2 sets in the semi-final. That was not correct. Alcaraz actually won only 1 more point than Djokovic in that semifinal. Alcaraz won 72 points, the first 2 sets I'm talking about, and Djokovic won 71 points, the first 2 sets. So that match was dead even, the first 2 sets. But Djokovic, even though he's 16 years older than Alcaraz, he took his legs. He wore him down. He outmatched him with stamina. That's why Alcaraz cramped and Djokovic didn't cramp. So he took out a 16-year younger opponent in semifinal, and he took out a 14 years younger opponent in the final. Casper Ruud, who should get all the credit for his run at French Open. He's a decent clay court player. Not decent, that was wrong word to use. He's a good clay court player. Man, he gave Novak Djokovic a bloody run for his money in that first set. Casper Ruud was the better player the first 4 or 5 games. He was so consistent from the baseline. He was hitting blow after blow. He was hitting with depth. He was hitting hard. Djokovic looked tired the first 4 or 5 sets. Maybe Djokovic was a little nervous. Who knows? He for sure was not as nervous coming into this big match. According to me, one of Novak's biggest matches in his career. Not the biggest was 2 years ago against Medvedev in that US Open Final 2021. But this was one of his biggest for sure. He was not as nervous like he was against Medvedev, but he maybe still was a little nervous. And Casper Ruud, he was playing huge tennis the first set. Especially the first 4 or 5 games, besides serving. Casper Ruud basically didn't have a first serve in the first set. He was not making a lot of first serves in the first set, Casper Ruud. But beside that, Casper Ruud was hitting blow after blow, hitting huge with his forehand, having a solid backhand, moving great from the baseline. Djokovic had troubles hitting through Casper Ruud in the first set. Let's talk about the match a little. So Djokovic, Casper Ruud got off the best start. He broke first in the second game. That was the longest game maybe of the match. Definitely the longest game in Novak's service games in the entire match. That took over 10 minutes, which in the end Djokovic got broken. So Casper Ruud took the lead in the second game of the first set and broke. Then Casper made it to 3-love, and Novak won his first game and made it to 3-1. Then Casper held his serve to 4-1, and Novak then held his to 4-2. And then in the 7th game of the first set, Djokovic broke back again and made it to 3-4. And then after that, they keep on holding serve until the tiebreak. And in the tiebreak, once again, this tiebreak beast, this tiebreak machine, this tiebreak terminator, he showed this consistency level. He just pushes that don't miss button. He refuses to miss. He has won 6 tiebreaks at French Open, and he has done 0 unforced errors. And of course, that was exactly the case in this final as well. In that first set tiebreak, Djokovic won that first set tiebreak 7-1. You don't want to go into a tiebreak with Djokovic, that's for sure. Without any shadow of a doubt, the greatest tiebreak player of all time. Or what do you say? He has played 6 tiebreaks in this French Open. He has done 0 unforced errors. 0! The same kind of thing he did to Federer in that 2019 Wimbledon final. 3 tiebreaks they played in that epic Wimbledon final 2019. Djokovic did 0 unforced errors. So facing Djokovic in a tiebreak is a nightmare. He just pushes that don't miss button. He goes in that locked in mode, refuses to miss, and just sends the message to your opponent, you want to beat me in a tiebreak? Man, just beat me. Hit through me if you can, because I will not give you anything to you. I will not act like Santa Claus. And that has been Novak Djokovic's melody in tiebreaks in this year's French Open 2023. He has pushed that don't miss button in all of his 6 tiebreaks and has won all of his 6 tiebreaks without doing one single unforced error. That is bloody impressive. So in that first set, Djokovic won in tiebreak 7-6. He won that 7-1. That's that first set tiebreak. Then in the second set, Novak broke early, Casper Ruud, already in the second game of the second set, of the second game, then he never looked back after that. Novak actually was untouchable on serve the second and the third set. Casper Ruud saw only 4 break punch opportunities in the entire match, and all 4 of them came the first set. and which he converted in one of them. So Novak was untouchable on serve the second and third set. Novak was serving really big. No, this was Novak's best match in the entire tournament, without any shadow of a doubt. He saved the best for last. It was a beast mode level Djokovic. Yeah, it was. I'm not exaggerating. It was a beast mode level Novak Djokovic we saw. My tennis went all on the world. It was. I will come to the stats later. He was hitting big. The only set that Djokovic maybe was not beast mode. The only set maybe was not. Maybe, and that is the first set. But after the tiebreak and forward, Djokovic, he just pushed that beast mode button and said to Casper, you know, Casper, I have a jacket that it shows 23 on my jacket. I want to put on that jacket after the match. That kind of a message he showed to Casper Ruud from the tiebreak and to the end of the match. Because from the tiebreak till the end of the match, it was a beast mode level Djokovic we saw. In serving, in hitting, in returning, in defending, at the net. The only thing I can complain about Djokovic in this match maybe was his overheads. He did some horrible overhead. That is the only thing I can complain. Other than that, nothing. He was locked in physically. He was locked in mentally. He looked a little tired physically in the first set. Because the first set, it was long, grueling rallies. And the first set, it was not as fast conditions like it was the second and third. Because in the second and third, the sun started to come out. And when it is fast, hotter conditions, that favors Novak's game. Because Novak, we all know, Novak loves fast conditions, because then his serve will get rewarded, then he can hit through the court easier. So the second and third set, it was little more sunny coming from the sky, and then he started to swing freely, hit big, do a lot of winners, serve big, and he just out-hit Casper Ruud from the baseline. The first set, he couldn't hit through Casper Ruud. He was hitting through Casper Ruud, but it cost him. In the first set, Djokovic did 18 unforced errors and 15 winners. So Djokovic does 3 more unforced errors than winners in the first set. Casper Ruud did 17 unforced errors and 15 winners. So Casper Ruud does 2 more unforced errors than winners. So it was even Steven in the first set. The only that separated them in the first set was the tiebreak, obviously, because Djokovic, he pushed that beast mode level in the tiebreak. And Djokovic was serving really big in the first set. Djokovic served big the entire match. He landed 79% first serves in the first set, Novak Djokovic. That is huge, man. That is huge. So he was landing so many high percentage of first serves in the first set. 79%. Casper Ruud, on the other hand, he was landing only 50% first serves in the first set. And a key for Casper Ruud was a huge underdog here. He needs to land a lot of first serves in. I said coming into this final, Casper needs to be over 70% in landing first serves in to have a huge chance here, which was not the case. I will come to the stats later. So Casper lands 50% of first serves in the first set. Djokovic lands 79% of first serves in the first set. Huge difference. In the second set, like I said, Djokovic broke in the second game, and then he never looked back and won that second set 6-3. Djokovic kept on serving really good. Like I said, the second set, he didn't face one single breakpoint opportunity against him. And in the second set, he saw 6 breakpoint opportunities in Casper's serve in the second set, and he converted in one of them and won that second set 6-3. Djokovic lands in the second set 68% first serves in. It is not possible landing so many first serves in for Novak like he landed in the first, because in the first set he was just out of this world in landing higher percentage of first serves in. Casper also raised his first serves percentage in the second set with 61%, which he needed. So that was the second set. Novak won it. And the second set, Novak also started to hit cleaner. In the second set, Novak did 15 winners and only 7 unforced errors. So Novak does in the second set 8 more winners than unforced errors. And Casper in the second set does 7 winners only and 8 unforced errors. So Casper is negative in the second set as well, in doing more unforced errors than winners, even though it was not with much, but it was enough. he did one more unforced than winner in the second set, Casper Ruud. Compared to Djokovic, who did 8 more winners than unforced in the second set. Like I said, Djokovic 15 winners and only 7 unforced. And then in the third set, they went toe-to-toe against each other. Casper Ruud really started to raise his serving, to land more first serves in, which he needed. He really needed that. It is a big key against a super returner like Djokovic, the greatest returner of all time, to land a lot of first serves in, which Djokovic did, which Casper Ruud did in the third set. He lands in the third set, Casper Ruud, 82% of the first serves, which is great. His most high percentage of first serves in the entire match, Casper did in the third set with 82% in landing first serves. Djokovic lands 68% of the first serves in the third set as well. So Djokovic had the same amount of numbers in landing first serves in both in the second set and the third set, 68%. But Djokovic, he was firing from all his cylinders, especially with his forehand. My dear God. I don't know if I've ever seen Novak Djokovic hit his forehand bigger than this in this final. And when Djokovic won his second French Open title 2 years ago, he did it with his forehand. His forehand was a big key, and he has done it for the third time with his forehand, especially on this final. Man, his forehand, my dear God, he was unleashing that forehand, and when he was blasting winners, especially in the second set and the third set. Not so much in the first, but the second and the third set, Djokovic was unleashing that forehand and was doing so many forehand winners. Djokovic did 52 winners in the total of the match, and almost 30 winners was coming with his forehand wing. Almost 30 winners. Something like that, if I counted right. So that was, Djokovic had an unbelievable forehand day. Unbelievable. He outmatched Casper Ruud's forehand. Casper Ruud, whose biggest weapon is his forehand. Djokovic did almost double as many more forehand winners than Casper did. So in the third set, they went toe-to-toe against each other until the 11th game of the third set. In that 6-5 game, where Djokovic, he just pushed that beast mode level, that beast mode button, not once, but twice. And he broke Casper's serve to love with great forehand winners, with good backhand winners, with great returns. The returns were landing on Casper's feet. When you have returns that land on the baseline, it is a nightmare playing tennis with that kind of a depth that Djokovic creates. Djokovic has such a murderous great depth, and that was definitely the case in this final, like it has been for his entire career. He had murderous depth, especially in the second set and the third set. So Djokovic did an unbelievable game in that 6-5 game, in that 11th game of the third set, when he broke Casper's serve to love, and then Djokovic held his serve comfortably and won the third set 7-5. So Novak comes through after 3 hours and 13, 14, 15 minutes, something like that. 7-6, 7-1 in the tiebreak, 6-3 the second set, and 7-5 the third set. After an unbelievable performance. For me, one of Novak's best clay court performance in his entire career. For me. I've never seen Novak Djokovic unleashing his forehand like he did in this match. Are you understanding what I'm saying? He did almost 30 forehand winners. Almost 30 forehand winners. 28, 29, 30 forehand winners. Something like that. He maybe even did 30 forehand winners. He at least was close to 30 forehand winners. And he was serving great, did 11 aces and only 1 double fault. Let's go to the stats a little now, before I wrap this video out. Djokovic, like I said, did 11 aces, 1 double fault only. He lands in the entire match. Unbelievable. I want to say some words about the third set as well before I forget. Djokovic did his best set in the third set. He did 22 winners in the third set, Djokovic, and only 7 unforced errors. 22 winners, my tennis fans all over the world. That is unbelievable number. 22 winners and only 7 unforced errors. So he does 15 more winners than unforced errors in the third set. Novak Djokovic. 15 more unforced errors than 15 more winners. I'm sorry. 15 more winners than unforced errors Djokovic does in the third set. 22 winners to 7 unforced errors. Ruud, he didn't do horribly. Maybe the third set was maybe Ruud's best set as well when it comes to winners and unforced errors department. Ruud does 9 winners in the third set and only 6 unforced errors. So Ruud does 3 more winners than unforced errors in the third set. But what can he do to the beast Djokovic? What can he do to the predator Djokovic? What can he do to the Terminator Djokovic? What can he do to this consistency beast Djokovic, who does 22 winners and only 7 unforced errors in the third set? He does 15 more winners than unforced errors in the third set. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This was one of Novak's best matches that I've ever seen him play. Definitely one of Novak's best clay court matches in his entire life. Definitely top 3 in my book. So Novak does 11 aces in the entire match, 1 double fault on. He lands 73% first serve in. Unbelievable number. 73. That is unbelievable stuff. 73% he lands first serve in the entire match. By far Novak's best match in the French Open. Both in doing winners, serving high percentage of first serve in, winning many points behind his first serve. By far, Novak has not done this kind of has not come up with this kind of numbers the entire French Open. This was Novak's best performance by far the entire French Open in this 2023 edition. Anyway, Novak lands 73% first serve in. He wins 80% behind his first serve. 80%. Unbelievable. 80%. Are you getting how high this is? He was winning 80% behind his first serve. And he won 63% of the points behind his second serve. He broke Casper Ruud 3 times out of 10 break point opportunities that he had. 1 time in the first set, which in the first set he had 2 break point opportunities, and he broke in one of those occasions. And he broke 1 time in the second set. He had 6 break point opportunities in the second set and broke in one of the occasions. And he had 2 break point opportunities in the third set, and he broke one time in the third set as well. So Novak broke Casper Ruud's serve 1 time in the first set, 1 time in the second set, 1 time in the third set. So Novak was 3 break point opportunities. He broke 3 times out of 10 break point opportunities that he had in the entire match. Novak does 52 winners and only 22 unforced errors. So Novak does 20 more winners and unforced errors. 20 more. He attacked the net 27 times, and he was successful 20 times of those occasions. That is 74% successful. He won 118 points the entire match. 118 points. Casper Ruud, I believe he did 4 aces and also 1 double fault. Not more double fault than 1, exactly the same number as Djokovic, but he did 4 aces. Novak does 11 aces. Casper lands his entire match because he raised his first serve percentage in the second and third set. The entire match, Casper lands 64% first serve in. He needs to be over 70% to have a chance against Djokovic. And 64% first serve in, Casper won. Casper lands first serve in. He won 57% of those first serve points won. Huge difference. Djokovic wins 80% behind his first serve. Casper wins only 57% behind his first serve. There you have a huge difference. Casper did a little better job in winning points behind second serve. Casper won 66% of his second serves, compared with Djokovic, who won 63%. Casper, like I said, broke only 1 time Novak Djokovic serve, and that was the first set. In the second and third, Casper didn't see 1 single breakpoint opportunity in Novak's serve because Novak was untouchable on serve, both in the second and third set. And Casper, all in all, in the match, does 31 winners and 31 unforced errors. So he's even Steven in doing winners and unforced errors. Huge difference there as well. Djokovic does 20 more winners and unforced errors, 52 to 32. Casper does 31 unforced errors and 31 winners. Huge difference there as well. Casper, he attacked the net 20 times and he was successful at the net 14 of those occasions. That is 70% successful, which is also a great number. And Casper, all in all, in the match wins 89 points. So Djokovic wins 29 more points than Casper Ruud the entire final. Man, that is a statement. That is a testimony, that is a proof, that is a message to the entire world that I am the undisputed tennis GOAT. I am the undisputed greatest tennis player of all time. And now the calendar Grand Slam still is alive. He's hauled through the calendar Grand Slam with an unbelievable performance from Novak Djokovic. What can I say more about this final? What can I say more about this machine, this Terminator, this beast Novak Djokovic? I don't know if I forgot something. Yeah, I should mention he's extending the big title lead. Now he has 67 big titles. Now Nadal is second behind with 59. So Djokovic leads the big title lead with 8 more titles than Nadal. And you guys, if you don't know what big titles means, big titles are when you win Masters, when you win Grand Slams, when you win Olympic golds, and when you win the season finale. So those 4 categories are big titles in tennis. So Djokovic extends that big title lead with 67 titles. Nadal is behind second behind with 59. So Djokovic leads over Nadal with 8 more big titles than Nadal, and Federer is third behind with 54 big titles. So Djokovic leads the big title race 13 more than Roger Federer. Now the dude has all the records. Like I said in the beginning of the video, he has won all the Grand Slams at least 3 times. The first male tennis player to ever do it. We have 3 who has done it on the female side, if I'm not mistaken. Steffi Graf has done it, Serena Williams has done it, Margaret Court has done it. Djokovic is now the only male tennis player who is doing that on the male side. And now he has 23 freaking Grand Slam titles, and he's hauled through the calendar Grand Slam. The calendar Grand Slam is still very, very alive. It will still be extremely difficult, especially winning the US Open has been extremely difficult for Djokovic. He has not won the US Open in 5 years' time. Last time Djokovic won the US Open was 2018. But coming into the Wimbledon, Djokovic is the heavy favorite. If he wins French Open, his least likable surface, where his serve doesn't get rewarded as it does on the faster surface, where he doesn't penetrate the court with his forehand, with his backhand as easy. He penetrates it, especially in this final, but he doesn't penetrate the court as easy as it does on hard courts and grass. If he wins French Open, who in the hell will beat him at Wimbledon? How? People, his rival needs to hope that he has a bad day on the office, because on grass, where his serve is even more dangerous, where he gets even more rewarded with his serve, where he gets even more rewarded with his spot serving, where he does even more winners. How? He's the heavy favorite coming into Wimbledon, my tennis friends all around the world. And now, I've said throughout the year that neither Nadal, neither Djokovic will not win 25 majors. I have been right about Nadal. Nadal will not win 25 majors, but when it comes to Djokovic, I have changed my mind. I believe that Djokovic, I said that a couple of days ago when I did a video, Djokovic now has 50% chances to win 25 Grand Slam titles. But I said if he wins French Open, then he more likely will win 25 Grand Slam titles and be the tennis player with most Grand Slam titles of all time, both female and male, because we all know that at the current moment the tennis player who has won most Grand Slam titles is Margaret Court with 24 Grand Slam titles. Djokovic is 2 away of breaking that record as well. Djokovic is 1 away of equaling Margaret Court, and I truly believe if he can keep himself healthy, if he can keep himself, because motivated he is. I don't want to hear that crap. Is he motivated? He maybe isn't motivated in the smaller events like 500 class tournaments like Masters and things like that. He will, on Grand Slams, he's super motivated, and I truly believe if he keeps himself healthy, he will win 25 majors. He will win. He will do it. He's 2 away now. Yeah, it is 14 matches away. It is still not easy, and he's not getting younger, but he's And now he has won 11 Grand Slam titles as 30 years old or older. 11! He won 12 Grand Slam titles under 30 years old. He now has won 11 as 30 years old or older. If he wins one more Grand Slam title, which he can do 5 weeks from now at Wimbledon, he has then won as many Grand Slam titles over 30 years old as he did under 30 years old. And have I forgot to say something more about this tennis machine, this tennis predator, this tennis beast, this tennis monster, the greatest tennis player of all time, undisputed, the GOAT, Novak Djokovic. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.